I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
Made up of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
All the way, all the cup and turn it up, all the way, G-Rock say, all the cup, we go all the way, boom, all the cup, August 12 and 13, be there and Excelsior School Ground, be there and kick it to them like a ball, after all, it's Ali, the baller, whoa.
Good morning, and welcome to I Am Sure Sports. Hope you're doing well. I am Manningsman, and it's good to have you on the platform today. Again, we always take time to pause and give thanks for life. You understand me? Every day you listen to the news and you hear about the unfortunate passing of people, many different ways. We all are born the same way from a woman's womb, but how we leave the earth, all of us leave different means and ways. And so when we wake up and we realize that we have breath in our lungs, we have to give thanks for that life and lift our eyes to the hills from whence cometh our help. Our help comes from the Lord who made the heavens and the earth. The Almighty God is the creator of all things. He is the everlasting God and must be praised and glorified. We don't preach denomination or religion, but the truth is that every man has a religion. Every man has a religion. And so what we speak is relationship. That man must seek to have a relationship with his creator. That's it. Establish a relationship with the creator. That is critical and important. It gives meaning to life. It makes things make sense when it seems like they are all pointless. I always say to you that if you take the plant out of the ground, the plant dies. If you take the fish out of the water, the fish dies. Because the plant and the fish were created to live in a particular environment and to enjoy life in a particular space. And so once you take them out of the space that they were created to exist in, they will eventually die. In the same way, man was created to live in the presence of his creator. And when man failed to exist in the presence of his creator, man cannot fulfill the true dimensions and full and potential of his life. So give thought to that today. And as usual, we ask you, whatever you do, find a way to add value to someone's life. Make people's life better, because in doing so, you make your own life better. All right. Want to big up the sponsors, and then we're going to share some very important and interesting stuff with you. And we have a question of the day that I'm going to ask you to be involved and engaged in at the back end of the program. So I'm going to give you the question as soon as we give thanks to our sponsors. I'll give you the question so you can think about it. So when time for you to respond at the back end of the program, yeah, you'll be able to do that. All right. So we want to big up the sponsors of this video. The sponsors are Prestige Finance, lending a helping hand when you need it the most, my people. Yes. So you can call Prestige Finance at 876-884-7390. Prestige Finance is located in Linstead, St. Catherine, Jamaica, and they're offering loans, people, of up to $100,000. Yes, indeed, $100,000. And all you have to do is to visit them or call them. And when you do that, let them know that you heard about them from I Am Sure Sports. And guess what? There'll be no processing fee, same day processing, and only a minimal amount of 0 to 4% interest rate will be charged of you. Also want to big up Launch Legacy. Launch Legacy, lending a helping hand when you need it the most. No, Launch Legacy, where they handle risk, and seek legacy for all your personal insurance needs in Canada and the USA. Visit Launch Legacy at launchlegacy.com, or you can call Launch Legacy at 647-989-0782. So all the people over there in North America, check out Launch Legacy. Yeah, they will certainly put a plan in place for you so you can earn some moolah when, yeah, you are into retirement. Bless up to all the persons. They say I must not say back end, but at the close to the completion of the program, we will do that. Thank you, Rob Smith. Big up Tennessee Lewis as well. Fresh God, up and running, up and active. And to all of those who are watching who have not yet made a comment, appreciate it. All right. So a few things we're going to do. We're going to be discussing the World Championships, looking at events that took place yesterday. Big up Foreign Spider. Yeah, man. Took place yesterday and those coming on today's schedule. There is also an update. You know, the Tier 2 competition, it's in its semifinal stages. The first leg of the semifinals were played. The teams in the semifinal, Falkland, Falmouth, Treasure Beach, and Chapperton Maroon. Chapperton Maroon take a 2-1 lead into their second leg, and the two teams that end up in the final will be promoted to the next edition of the JPL, which is scheduled to begin in November. Those games, those return leg games will be played today at Draxall in St. Anne, and the final will be played next week, Sunday, at Draxall. Again, that will determine the two additional teams that will be playing in the JPL next season. All right, so yeah, so let's stay and check in tune with that. The Jamaica under 14 also has a practice game today. That's the Jamaica under 14 male team. They have a game today. It was scheduled to start at 10, so it may be finished now. They're playing against Campion College over there in Arnett Gardens. So we're going to get a score update for you on that game. The Jamaica under 14 team, they are playing a game out there at Arnett Gardens. All right. Um, Now, many people are trying to find out what has really transpired in terms of how did everything work out with the Reggae Girls. By now, you'd know that the issue was never the tickets for the players. It was the additional luggage that they had, which included lots of equipment. And what the sources are saying is that some of the girls or some of the let me say this, some of the persons in the party, they paid for their own luggage and they went back where they were going. And so two persons from the JFF, two of the staff, I don't know if it's coaching staff, it's not clear, stayed with the additional luggage and should be flying back out, right? Flying back home with the luggage. Apparently, what it is don't make a lot of sense to me, but it is being said that the 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 credit card had no additional monies to pay for the additional pieces of luggage. And somehow, I don't know how this worked, don't make any sense to me, but they were trying to get monies to the head of delegation or someone there, right? So that they could pay for it. The money didn't get there in time, and therefore everything had to be delayed until today. But the players are all back where they're supposed to be. Who are supposed to be in the States are in the States. Who's supposed to be in Jamaica, they are in Jamaica. And who is supposed to be, yes, yes, right? In England, back in England. It says that there was also a further mix-up after the Federation attempted to transfer funds to the group to address their situation. In order to catch a connecting flight to Miami, some members of the traveling party opted to pay to clear their own luggage. Some of the luggage was sent off, but some had to remain because the time things were sorted out, the flight had already taken off. So two of the staff stayed with the remaining luggage. What happened is that some players and staff decided to pay for their personal luggage because by the time the funds came to deal with that, the flight would have left, the source disclosed. This is an article from the Jamaica Gleaner. Due to the late arrival of the funds, the extra luggage, which consisted mainly of equipment, had to be left behind. The two staff members who remained in Houston will travel with the luggage today. The Reggae Girls party was traveling from Mexico, where they finished third in the CONCACAF. All right? So basically, that is what is happening. I also understood from my own sources that instead of trying to resolve the issue, persons within the federation went to the captain, trying to find out from the captain who released the video that would have seen and who took the pictures and posted the pictures. Of course, I think the captain of the team could not tell them, or did not, let me say it this way, did not know how the pictures were taken. All right. I heard that she was crying, and an attempt was made to console her because they were pressuring her. I think the president, and she really kind of shunned him off. All right. No. Where does management stand on this? Whenever any one of us, parents, prime ministers, pastors, leaders, teachers, police officers, people, whenever we have done something wrong, intentional or unintentional, mistake or not, the first thing we must seek to do is to render an appropriate apology. I would expect the first thing to read this morning in the newspaper is a statement saying, I am very sorry for what happened. First thing, we unequivocally and gracefully, however you want to word it, apologize for the actions taken or not taken that led to this. We have worked to fix the matter, and all things are being resolved. And then you can go and investigate who released what and all of that. That must be the first thing that is done. An apology must be tendered. Even if you're absolutely right and it was an honest mistake, you must apologize. And if you cannot apologize, then your leadership will be questioned. Are we too big to apologize? That's where we have gotten to. That when there are clear errors, glaring errors, mistake, whatever you want to call it, indiscretions, the first statement is not to justify, clarify things. But listen, we are very sorry for how things transpired. And this is unacceptable, and it should not be this way. First thing, that was not done. Like I said, the issue that came up was that there was an attempt to find out. And I know because it has happened to me. Though they did not speak to me directly, but I have raised the issues that my eagles have presented to me. And when my eagles present the information that is legit and true, instead of trying to fix the matter, the big discussion that was had is, who is this man's man and where did he get this information from? It matters not where people get information from. If the information is accurate, take the necessary actions before you try finding out the source of the information. Because you know that whomever the source is, the information is accurate. And that is the important thing. JFF, there are many unanswered questions that you need to give an account for. Why is it that the per diem for a training camp in Colorado, arranged, according to your reports, by Lorne Donaldson, why was it necessary for a delegation from the JFF to be there at 650% more per diem than the players who were preparing? That needs to be answered. It needs to be explained as to why it was necessary for a delegation to be there at 650% more per diem than the players. One. Number two, Second question that needs to be answered. What has happened with the $15,000 that was taken from the Reggae Girls Foundation for per diem for the girls when they got to Mexico, knowing that the said Reggae Girls Foundation had to give the players per diem from other resources, having not gotten anything? That's question number 2. Question number 3 is, why did the doctor who traveled with the U20 team to the Dominican Republic had to swipe their credit card for luggage to be cleared upon their return to Jamaica, and up to today, this morning at 12, she has not been refunded? Question number 5. When will those persons on this trip who had to pay for their luggage to get through will be given back the money that they paid? Question number 6. This is from an article in the newspaper today. It states in the papers that things are being put in place to keep Lauren Donaldson as the head coach for the World Cup. Absolutely good decision. As soon get to the comments, people, just give me a couple of seconds, right? In fact, the decision, there's already a meeting set, according to the newspaper article, for a decision to be made for the coach to be given the job going forward. They ended their campaign this week, and 2 days after, a decision is being made and meetings are being held to appoint a coach, Lauren Donaldson, for the World Cup that is scheduled for 2023, because one of the things stated is that at the end of August, there is a window where the girls will need to play a game, so you need to put the coach in place. It brings me to a question on the male side. The Nation League competition ended months ago. We qualified not for the World Cup, but for the Gold Cup. We have games coming up, not the end of August, but in the middle of August. Yet, no definitive decision has been made on the coach being appointed. But with great urgency, which is right, we're appointing the coach for the female team. Why? The question is, this is the final question, then I'll take the comments from the people. The question is, why has the appointment of the head coach for the senior team gone on for so long? Who is there from the JFF to give us answers to these very, very simple questions? I'm going to take some comments from the very wise people that follow this channel. Bless up Issa Allen, Eagle Republic, Says, management, I see President Ricketts assuring Lauren Donaldson and his staff that his and their contracts with the girls will be drawn up in short order. Well, that is a question that I'm asking Eagle Republic. Didn't even see this, but that is the question I'm asking. There's plans already in place to install Lauren Donaldson, which is fine, good decision. But why hasn't it been done on the male side when you have gone ahead and planned friendlies without a coach in place? KS says, Mannings, you want the GFF to apologize for being themselves? This is not an aberration. So what would they apologize for? There's a level of sarcasm in that. Of course I need to apologize. What I want to know, Mannings, is the presidency of the GFF an autocratic system where only if he decides to leave can he be replaced? Or is there a way that the country can get him out? Yes, the country can get him out. There is an election in November 2023, and people keep hearing and they keep doing nothing about it. Go and begin to install and put yourself in position in the parishes to go against those, because their election is going to be coming up shortly, and run against them. So when the big election comes, you can go up against the president. Anything outside of that is going to set back our football. Meaning, if the government intervenes, then FIFA go intervene, and that means we may not have our girls or our men team playing any football. We don't want that. We don't want that. The big question is, why were they there in the first place? I suspect Gary Paul is talking about why they were in Colorado. That is the question I want to be answered. Why was it necessary for a delegation to go why would a delegation want to go to a training camp and not to the tournament? Rob Smith, trust me, the leaker don't give me, I don't know which one of the information you're talking, but Rob Smith, here's the thing. I put it to you, Rob Smith, that whenever I present any information, I challenge anyone in the GFF to come and listen. I won't even ask them. I promise you this, is that if anything that I am stating is inaccurate, and a personnel from the GFF, they don't have to show their face, they don't have to give their name. As long as I can verify that they're from the GFF, I will allow them to come on the platform and say it's all wrong. I don't get any information from the leaker or the leader. But I put it to you that if they can come and say what Manningsman is saying is not so, I'll give them the platform to do that. I want them to do that. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong and they to be right. It is more important that they are right and I am wrong. I want them to be right. Management, you have to be able to recognize that you did something that is unacceptable. The GFF is great at being incompetent. They are doing their best, which we find reprehensible. Yeah, you have to be able to, you have to be able to recognize that you did something. Yeah. You have to, because listen, if you do the 12 steps for recovery, the first thing you have to do is to admit or acknowledge. And if you can't admit that, listen, I was wrong, you're in a bad place. Steps to recovery start with acknowledging where you have gone wrong. Simply put, management, I think I read that one. If they are so strapped for cash, why are they traveling with the team to every competition? I'm saying go to the competition, But why are you going to a training camp? That is the question I'm asking. Go to the competition, because we may need people at the competition. But why are you at? And they are very selective, because we didn't have a delegation at the U17 and the U20. They don't go there. It is a high-profile one that commands a lot of money that they attend. Management, are these rhetorical questions? No, Cranky. I seriously need them to be answered. I want somebody who knows somebody in the JFF to say that they will come and speak to these things, or write a letter, or send a text message, or call in something. Because listen, I want to be the one who is wrong and the JFF is right. Management, what is upcoming for the U15 boys? I know that the U14 just played against Campion College down by Arnett Garden, Coach Boris Johnson. It is very disturbing that not only has the JFF normalized failure, but too many of us have begun to accept the litany of failures as a new normal. Why do we accept failure when success is free? Bye, Sidella. Good day, man. Yeah, man. Bless up, Coach Boris. See if I can get some more here. All right, so let's see. The Minister of Sports will have to do the same thing that they did to pay back the guy from the JPL. Shake my head. The head coach for the men team is presently going to courses to be certified. The head coach for the men is presently going to courses to be certified. Who is it? There's no head coach Barry. Sometimes I say something me I try to figure out, you know. Who is that Coach Boris? I don't know who you're talking. I don't know who is doing. I know that there were 6 persons who went to the courses. Recently, I spoke to Mr. Speed was on the program and he said he has no desire or interest in coaching the national team. So I don't know who you're talking. You'd have to tell me who you're talking. Yes, Stefan, right. They need to answer. So I want them to answer. Only way the country can get him out is a couple. B. Douglas, here's the thing. I think, you know, asking Mr. Speed these questions, I think he can, like, I could ask him, you know, because you all know, listen, one thing I'll say, and this is, I may not, Mr. Speed and I don't always have agreement on many things, but one thing I'll say, if you call him, he's going to talk, he's probably going to give too much information, but he is going to respond, and he must be respected for that because he doesn't shun away from the media. But one thing I will say is that none of these trips he has gone on. So does he have the information? Because he hasn't gone to get any per diem. He was not there when the luggage thing is happening. So is he the person? Because if he's a person, we can talk to him. Because one thing I know is that any one of the vloggers called Mr. Speed right now, him going to go on and talk. But I think some of these things are beyond Mr. Speed now. We need to go beyond him. We need to speak to the president, the vice president. We need to speak the head of delegation on these trips. These are the people we need to talk to. Who is or who was the head of delegation? That is the person who needs to come and do a press conference to explain these things. By now, we should have heard from Barry Watson, who I commended for how he managed things with the U20 boys. He did a good job because the kind of struggles that they had, that he had to get resources from here, and everywhere in the Dominican Republic to keep the whole ship together. He should have come out by now. Anybody can reach out to him and let him know. But there are questions that need to be answered. But I think this has gone above Mr. Speed. I think Mr. Speed is probably on the outside looking in. I don't know. I could be wrong. No, the Gensec has not been replaced. Top striker, as far as we know. Are we sure FIFA will do anything? Maybe that's just a smoke screen. That is true. And maybe FIFA is in agreement with what is going on. I did not say that, I said I don't get my information from the leader. Management. If the JFF uses any of these coaches who went to Trinidad for the TNT A license course, will not only be sad but disingenuous. Why? The course in TNT does not qualify anyone for a license. And they said that. I don't know where Coach Boris Johnson get his information from, but I don't think that is possible still. So, but he like I said, he's on the inside, so he has more information than us. We don't want FIFA to suspend Jamaica's football, but this rubbish from the administration cannot continue. That's where we agree, Ian. Tuffy Rudy says, bless up, Mannings. The whole situation is embarrassing and seems to be recurring. Getting rid of Mr. Wynn did not resolve the issues, so there's obviously some shake-up that needs to be done. Time to look at the top. All right? Pioneer says, we need some proper answers from Mr. Mr. Michael Trip. They call him Tripkets. All right, so
Manningsman.
hey,
Manningsman.
people tell me are you hearing the caller? Welcome to the show, Cranky.
How are you doing?
Man.
So this is my daily fix. Since I'm now on vacation, I have more leisure and more time at my disposal. I'm not at work during this time when you're normally on, so I can more contribute to your program. Very short and sweet, because I've been told I dominate too much and I talk too much. And I also think right all the time. And if you don't think you're right, if you don't think you're right, then you must be wrong. So I think I'm right. But anyway, my point of calling is this. We talk about the Jamaica football program, some of the obstacles that we are facing, some of the challenges we are facing, and how we're addressing them. And I've always believed this, Manningsman, that sometimes if you want to fix something, you have to destroy it to fix it. Because all you're doing is you adding on to it and you're building on a foundation that's broken. So if you want to fix it, you have to clear out that foundation, clear out everything, and start over. This whole concept and idea that we have an electoral process, and that process we will engage and bring on board individuals with a skill set to help come on, assume positions, and change what's happening. You and I know that the construct, how it's built today, and FIFA is no help, by the way. Forget about FIFA. But very corrupt, not well-intended organization who's only about FIFA and its members and how they get support for their positions. So you have a continuum, poor support system and structure in Jamaica that supports another poor support system and structure because all everyone wants to do is maintain their position. So they have a concept in the corporate environment which they call kill the company. So if you want to know if your company is going to be sustainable and be there for the long term, what you do is you figure a way to destroy your own company. But the whole mindset of, if I know how to destroy my own company, I'll put measures in place to prevent that from happening. If you want to fix the football, if you be talking to Ricketts, talking to people like Bobsy Grains, and we know the government has its own challenges. So you know what? Shut it down and restart it. Take the punishment from FIFA and start over. Because the football program will not go anywhere with how it's being run today. It's not going to make progress. I'm telling you, man, it's not. You're going to complain. You're going to have bloggers. They're going to complain. They're going to publicize stuff. When people talking about this thing over and over and over, and it gets circular, it gets repetitious, you're not going to make progress. You need to clean house. You guys said to your friend the other day, the guy who runs the JPL, if he's going to be thinking about this and he's thinking about doing his due diligence, but no matter how much due diligence he does, if the structure is, I have parishes, they have votes, they are intertwined with the JFF, it's a nepotism construct in terms of how they operate. One feeds the other, support the other. Nothing will change, man. No outsiders will get to be able to penetrate that environment. You have to break down the house and rebuild the house from scratch. Else, you're going to have the same conversation years after now.
Yeah, I see.
Next year, 2026 saying the same thing.
Yeah, I think, Cranky, though, I think the problem some of the people are having is this idea that the the good will have to suffer for the bad. In other words, they are thinking that if we go your route, like the girls miss the World Cup, the boys don't play in the Gold Cup. Like, and that is like the people who have done. The people.
It do sense to see how long people will ban you for. If you have here's the thing, management. And this is in life in a management, people don't realize this now. People who like quick fix. You have to feel pain to be successful. Tell me one thing you're doing in life, unless you inherit money, for example, where you don't have to have some suffering or putting some hard work and feel some pain to be successful. If you want to be at the zenith of any operation, you want to be well-run country, you gotta make some sacrifices in life. So the question is, it's like climate change. So now everyone is running around because the world is getting really hot, but no one wants to make the immediate sacrifice to allow the temperature to be maintained or to be reduced, right? So nobody want to make sacrifice about gas and electricity and all these other stuff, all these things that inform the climate, right? All the gases that are out there that's no one will make a sacrifice now because you want immediate pleasure. But you have to have gain. So yes, we can continue status quo, and we can say, you know what, the girls have World Cup next year, the men have World Cup, but where's it gonna get you? Come 2026, we're in the same place we are today. 2027, same thing. Nothing really changed. We are frustrated, we curse, we are upset, we blog, we do the same thing, and we don't make any progress. You have to make material progress, you gotta make some sacrifices. So it's status quo. People can say, no, it's unfair to some, but the world is an unfair place to living in the first place.
But currently,
maybe people can
I hear you. There is some level of sacrifice. Anyways, let me just say this. I think this is Chatitan Maislin says, I concur with Cranky 100%. And he says, quote unquote, keep up the good work. But he spells the Cranky C-R-A-N, or he or she spells the Cranky C-R-A-N-K-Y.
That should be you, because you're the one bringing these things to the forum. And then you're Cranky to bring out all these things. Well, some people think I'm cranky that way.
No, yeah. I just think I just want to spell it out the name very funny.
And maybe that was deliberate on his part too. Maybe that was deliberate way of saying two messages in one statement.
Yeah. But what I am saying is that we need to find a pathway that we can accomplish what you think needs to be done, but still afford the young ladies the opportunity to still fully participate in the competition. So if there's a way that FIFA's ethics committee can say, listen, you guys have qualified for the World Cup, and it would be an indictment on the footballing world to not have you participate. Yeah, you understand me? So we're still going to make you participate.
I know we want our cake and eat it too. I know we want that. And management, we all want that, management. Let's be frank. I want to go watch the World Cup in Orlando where it plays. I would love to see the girls play in the World Cup. We all want that. But when those two things are done, where are we after that? Are we in the same place? Have we made progress? Do we have competent people running the program? Can we be proud of the program and happy with the program? So we have a short-term gain, because we're not winning the World Cup with the girls. They have very sacrifice to get there. We may win the Gold Cup, who knows? But we know that what we have today is just not acceptable. It's unacceptable. What we have today, the program has been run. No one can sit back and say, you know what, we're happy what's here. In fact, we're very dissatisfied as fans, as supporters. And we're saying better must come and changes have to be made. And the question is, are we going to do peripheral, topical, superficial changes, or material changes to have something which is sustainable, there for the long term, our kids can be proud of, we're leaving a legacy, we have a program where we know we put the infrastructure in place to be well run going forward, and not making these excuses about resources. So as the guy with JPL talked about, you know, he's doing what he can do to go out and solicit funds, but then he has people with him who are working to make this a long-term sustainable program where, you know what, you can see progress and growth associated with it.
You know what I'd love to find out?
None of that money.
I'd love to find out maybe somebody who understands the legal ramifications of these things. is if there is a way within the construct of FIFA, right? If they take any
Right.
such action, the nation, because they have qualified like for the Gold Cup and the World Cup, they are still allowed to participate in spite of whatever suspension or ban that is imposed. I wonder if Nia or somebody else could find out, like if there are other cases across the world where teams would have gone through this kind of things in terms of their administration and still allowed to participate. I think that would be a very, very, very important question to find
What you're
out.
saying, we need to do some research on that, right? We need to do some
Yeah,
research
I think that's what I'm saying. We should do some
what's the
research
implications
because I think if people found out that there is a way for FIFA to impose whatever ban or restrictions or suspension, and the team that have already qualified, so we may not be able to play in other qualifiers, but the teams that have already qualified will still be allowed. I think more people would be gung-ho about pushing for bans and suspension. I think there's a reservation in the hearts and minds of many people because they think like somehow the programs will be affected.
No, look, I'm not saying, here's the point I'm making, management, which is before you go down that path, you would have to do your due diligence and say, what's the implication? How long will I be banned for? What's the severity of the ban? What does that mean for my football program in totality, right? You don't want to stop the football.
See, Brian saying that, man, if you're suspended, you cannot play. Remember when TNT was banned, they were not able to play in the Gold Cup.
Yeah, but man, the question is, people are smart about these things in management. Before you pursue any action, you have to think about the risk and the implication of your action, right?
Yeah.
You have to assess the severity of what this entails, what the outcome would look like. Do you have some surety of the outcome? And you make a cost-benefit decision as to what actions I pursue.
Oh,
right. I'm saying,
and hold on, Cranky, this is important because Kyle kind of rebuffed that. He said, from what I understand, Neo answered it. He said FIFA would delegate a new administration, games would continue, but he's saying that the problem is that FIFA might delegate from within the organization.
Right, but management, before we speculate about this, I like to get surety first in terms of facts, and then we say, here's what action you pursue. What I'm suggesting is we have to kill the program. That's my suggestion, to change it, because I wouldn't want anyone who's involved today to be involved. I'm sorry, they're all tainted. And then the question is, what action do you pursue? I think that has to be assessed. Yeah. I don't think we can continue the status quo management. You can't continue the status quo. Every time you go on a trip to do anything, anytime there's some competition being held, there is a bunch of stuff surrounding it. I'm still
like some of the things. I mean, like some of the things still don't make sense to me. So, if I'm away and the credit card that I have to use, there's no funds on it, why would I need to send money or put money on that credit card? Couldn't I just use the credit card that is here locally to go online and pay for the thing? Like some of the reasoning, like just logically.
But I don't know what those situations are. I mean, they sound a little bit confusing, frankly. And sometimes things are not, bills and expenses are not complex money. Either I have the funds or I don't have the funds to pay my obligations, right? They're not that complicated. And we know the JFFL has some money problem, but the JFFL also not going out to source money. So they will always have money problems. Because unless you get it from sponsorship like an Adidas or from FIFA, they don't seem to have other ways of generating resources, which is not complex when you have a sporting organization. Everybody know what the avenues of resources are for sporting organizations, and you go out and pursue those avenues. So I've taken up enough time, but what I will say is this, is that I think we'll have to feel some pain to have some gain, and we should do the due diligence to figure out, first of all, people should be engaging Bob DeGrange, Minister of Sports, to come up with a strategy about how we go forward with the program, because the people in charge are incompetent. Sorry. The only word that comes to mind. They're just, every time you have a trip management, and the trip alone, everything they touch, there's a problem.
Yeah, but Cranky, when you have a credit, like I'm lost, right? When you have a credit card, how that means what you have gone over your limit, you have like you've gone over the limit, you owe money on it. Like what?
Yeah, not well. The question is, do you have a credit card? And if you have a credit card and you get a certain limit on your credit card, if you exceed that limit, I guess the question is, I'm not even sure how that works. I've never been in that situation, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like I'd love some like these are just questions, common sense questions.
Or is it a card where you put money on the card versus a traditional
But what I'm saying to a crank is this: they said in their explanation, by the time the funds would get there, the flight would have gone. So some people decided to pay. My question is, I can be in Jamaica and use a credit card to pay for the item. Why would I need to get the funds to Houston?
So that means they send the money by some mechanism other than a credit card, right? It's not a credit card. Or is it a bank card?
They started out, right? So they start this. You see why these things are confusing to me. They started out by saying that the money on the credit card was used up when they tried to do it. And then it would be like they call the office in Jamaica to say, hey, the credit card max out. We need some more money.
Right.
Why wouldn't those people in the office, one of them, use their card from the JFF office, go online and pay for the item and then take the cash? Why would they have to find a way to send the money to Houston for them to pay there?
Yeah, I don't know what kind of account they have, because as you know, you would just go online, wherever it is you need to pay, and just pay the money, right?
And pay the money.
I mean, when I was coming down here, I give you an example. I was coming down here, my niece was coming from New York with me, and she doesn't have a credit card. She went to the airport, I dropped her off, and she called me and said, Uncle, you need to pay for, they're not taking cash, right?
No, exactly.
So
they don't take cash.
Just go online and pay the fee.
Yeah.
You go online and pay the fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not complex. But if it's a JFF, it's complex, so I shouldn't say that. And we get all sort of stories which sometimes don't align with reality. So, look, I've taken up time management. What I say is this is that for those in the comment section and fans, I don't know what you can do or what we can all do, but I think other avenues need to be pursued to figure out how to change the status quo, because it's not working.
Well, we have somebody who work in the bank saying that story that they're giving don't make any sense. And,
yeah.
and coach means to figure it out. He said they need to go to the bank to put the money in the account. Because they don't do transfers. Because listen, you know how long I've not gone into a bank? I can't tell when last I've gone into a bank. I think from before the pandemic, I've not gone into a bank.
Well, I have gone into a bank. I went there for some challenge of wire transfer, and it wasn't the most pleasant experience. But you're right. Nowadays, you don't have to go into the bank at all. But the JFF management, I keep telling you, the JFF is a different organization of management. It's run by people not like me and you. You know, they're different people. They operate differently. They function differently. Think differently. And it looks like they don't plan for anything, because I've never heard that before, where your luggage can't get paid because I'm confused actually. Maybe they take too much, transfers in their flight, no straight. Most times they don't have straight flight for wherever they're going to. And I guess this time when they were changing planes, they had to pay supposedly the fee at the point of the change, right? When they're doing the transfer.
Yeah, I'm cranky. But anyways, let's see. I don't listen, and the person who spelled cranky is Kroenke, not Cranky. But you could use that name. I don't.
So just start put Cranky before management name. Cranky management are so. Not get grief for Cranky. The JFF probably thinks we are cranky. It's a hard time. But I would say to the JFF that I want them to do better, because I don't think you can do better. What I would say to do is do the patriotic thing, because we'll talk about English players not being committed. Please be committed and resign. Show your commitment by resigning, because you're not helping.
All right, all right, cranky. Yeah, bless it. Yeah, man. So Brian here says, he says, money is a story doesn't make sense, my boss. Based on my line of work, I'm telling you that don't make sense. But money is paying the online may have some delay still, which may affect the transaction. Okay. Stefan Wright says, big up Coach Minzy. They're not actually credit cards. They don't have any credit card. That's the thing. You think your payment update right away online? You think your payment update right away online so you can use your card? Cyan, I'm not sure I get that. Big up Duckland. And it's a delegation. I mean, none of them are their personal cards. Are well, you know what? Let me not get into that. Because remember, I also said to you that Bunny Shaw use her personal. So maybe they didn't have enough money. Maybe even if they had their personal cards, they didn't have enough money on it. I don't know. I don't know. Probably it's a debit card with low funds. Okay. Funds take up to 3 days. That's what I'm saying. So I am not asking. They are talking about funds, you know. I am not talking about funds. What I am saying is that if I am in the GFF office, I am the accountant who's supposed to send the money. The thing needed to be paid so that they can fly. Why wouldn't I use my credit card to do the money and then put the money in my account locally? Because that way it goes faster. Just management. Hey, listen, we have a big phone call to make right now. We have a beautiful lady that will be joining us. So let's see if we can get her online to give us some. Good afternoon. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports.
Good afternoon.
Is this the great? Well, you know what? Let me allow you to introduce yourself with your beautiful voice. You know, let's so the people can know.
Hi, good afternoon to your listeners. This is Rosalie Wood, General Manager of the Manning School football teams.
You hear that?
That's
people?
all they need to know, right?
Yeah, football teams. You know, she's a former female footballer as well, but she won't tell you all her great exploits. You know, in the game. But there big things are happening at Manning's at the end of this month.
Yeah, man. So we're having what is called a Blue Weekend. Everything will be held at Manning School. Day one, we will start with a retro party. We're calling it the Blue Retro Party. Everything is blue. So that will be Friday, July 29th at 8 p.m. And admission for that is just a meager $300. And then on the Saturday, which is the biggest day,
300 Jamaicans are Jamaican or US?
300 Jamaican dollars. Everything is Jamaican. 300. You see how small it is? 300 Jamaican dollars. Right? And then on the Saturday, we are having what is called Battle of the Blues. Every year, Jamaica College will come down and play us for pre-season in the DaCosta Cup. This year, no, it's a little more special as Jamaica College won the under 14, the urban under 14 competition, and Manning's, of course, won the rural under 14 competition. We will face their under 14 and the Costa Cup teams on this day. So we're calling it the Battle of the Blues, and that day will determine who is a true blue or the most authentic blue, of course, at the end of the day.
At the end, listen, there's no question about that, though. I mean, we're from 1738. That means just that alone answers the question. But you know,
right. Indeed, right. But along with that, the admission for this is $500, right? Another Jamaican, measly $500. So the entire weekend is basically a fundraiser.
So hold on, Rosa, here's a problem I'm having now. The multiple masculines in the chat are saying that you need to bring the lady face on because she has a radio voice. All right. All of these things, they're saying that I am blushing. Man is my next time bring the nice voice lady on cam, bro. Right? Everybody. so, but I'm going to let you go ahead now. But the next time you have to let them see your beautiful face. All right.
All right, gentlemen. Sometimes the voice is better than the face, though. So I'll stay behind the scenes for now, but we'll see about the next time. All right. So along with the Battle of the Blues, the JC versus Mannings, we have other activities lined up for the day. So we're introducing Mannings will now have a female football team for this season. So we're introducing them to the world as well. They will play the West FC female footballers.
Oh, not JC.
No, JC. Female. We're talking about females today. Behave yourself, okay? So, and then we have we're going to be unveiling our sponsors for the 2022-2023 year. I must pause to say, without the support of our sponsors and the support of the alumni body last year, we wouldn't have made it where we made it. We wouldn't have reached any finals any at all. And I really applaud the persons who supported us. We even had well-wishers who didn't attend Mannings but called and said, what do you want? Anything you want and go and get. And we really had the support. So this year we want to structure it a little better in terms of we have sponsorship packages now. And the unveiling, we will be unveiling their billboards, which will be featured at every home match. So once we're playing at home, you will see various advertising billboards around the field. So persons who are interested in being a sponsor for this season, they can contact me when they're ready. But it's big things, Stenet, and I am happy that you have agreed to be our MC and possibly broadcast from there.
Not a problem, man. They're saying that you should run for president, you know. She say it sounds like you can. They say it sounds like you can get a lot of sponsors.
I'm a good beggar, yes, I'm a good beggar. But the persons who make the presidents win usually work from behind the scenes, right? So that is me. So at the end of the day as well, we'll also have a Manning School Masters versus a Westmoreland Masters. I don't know how you're going to do it, Stenet, in terms of emceeing and playing, but I know that you'll be on that team. So that is another big game that will end the day. We have an end of season award ceremony. So we're going to be awarding the young men from last season. They're giving them their special awards and automatically launch our new 2022-2023 football season. Okay. So it's a full day of activities.
Okay. And there's also, I know that when it comes on to you have different packages as well, where a person can pay, I think, different amounts, and based on the amount they pay, they can get jerseys, the supporters' jerseys.
Right. So we have two types of jerseys on sale for this season. One is the limited edition champion supporter jersey that has the autographs of all the Da Costa Cup and under 14 players, since they're our historic team for the year. And we have the regular supporter jersey. Now, if you buy a bronze ticket, you only get an entry into the event, which is $500. If you buy a silver ticket for $4,000, you get an entry and as well as the limited edition champion supporter jersey. And then the gold ticket, which costs $7,500, will include all entry, limited edition champion supporter jersey, regular supporter jersey, as well as a football season pass, which will allow you to enter any game at any of our home games for the Costa Cup, under 16 and under 14 for the entire season, and the female footballers as well.
Whoa. That is tremendous. So, I mean, so big things are happening in Western Jamaica, people, and all of you who are on this platform who are down there, you need to come out. Listen, I'm going to be playing. I have some fancy things that I'm going to be doing as As well.
Some style.
Let's see. I don't know. This is inescapable for you. People are saying how this person. I think the caller is very eloquent and does a good job of articulating the objectives of the program. Well done, caller. I don't know what this Casey guy is thinking. She
Thank
went
you.
to Mannings. Come on. Hello. What else
Thank you
you did
very
think?
much.
What else you did think? And they're asking if she's going to run for JFF president with a voice like that. She have to win. Gee. I think she
We
serves.
will
She
see.
does serves in football in Western Jamaica, and does a lot of work down there, um, in Western Jamaica, especially with female football. So outside of Manly School, she does a lot of work. So it is the 29th and the 30th, right? 2 days.
Right,
So the
right.
retro party is
So
on yeah.
the first day is a retro party. That's the Friday night. So just come. I know that a lot of persons will be driving in from Kingston. So this is just to get them in the vibe for the Saturday morning. Right? So it's just a straight party. Retro music all night because we don't know nothing about modern music. You understand me?
There
So
you go.
yeah.
And on the Saturday, which is the final day, the activities are scheduled to begin at what point?
10 a.m. So we're going from 10 a.m. We're starting 10 a.m. and we are hoping to finish at 7 p.m., but I doubt it. But gates open at 10 a.m.
Wonderful. Is it so? 3 layers of ticket. You have bronze, silver,
Bronze, silver, and
and
gold.
gold. Bronze is
Right.
five
So
hundred
persons
dollars.
who mm-hmm.
General
Silver is
entries,
4,000.
silver 4,000. That allows you to get supporters
Limited edition
limited
champion.
ship shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the
Mm-hmm.
final one is the gold edition that has autograph limited edition shirts as well.
Right, along with regular supporter shirts. So you're getting 2 supporter jerseys,
Okay,
the limited edition and regular supporter one, as well as a football season pass for the entire season for Mannings.
awesome. Anything else? Listen, closer to the event, it would be nice for you to come on so we can show the people some of the jerseys. What if there are persons? Are there ways that persons who may not be able to come to the event, so they are overseas, but they would still like to purchase a jersey in terms of supporting the school? Is that option available, or that would
Yes.
have to be after the actual event so you can see what you have left?
No, man. For now, we are accepting orders. So persons can contact me, can send me a WhatsApp message, 876-779-5281, or they can
876
go on the Manning
876 779.
876-779-5281. So you can send a WhatsApp message saying that you're interested in purchasing a jersey, a supporter jersey, and I will send the forms to you. You can also visit our Manning School football Instagram page where all the information is listed as well. So we do ship overseas. The persons who are overseas and want to purchase their shirts, now is the right time for you to do that so that you can get it in time for the season. According to ISA, the season kicks off on September 10th for the Costa Cup.
Okay. All right. Awesome information. Thank you so much. Hopefully, like a couple of days before the actual event, we can have you on with a couple of other persons from the committee, showing faces that time, next time around. So yes, and so looking forward to that. But I will be there, and so
Right.
I'm looking forward to a great weekend. All right.
Yeah, man. Indeed. Thank you.
You are welcome. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right.
All right, bless. All right, there you go, Miss Rosalie. There, I'm going to reach out to military. Military Guna is down there at the jungle, watching the Jamaica under 14, who are taking on the Campion College team. Let's see if Military Guna can Can call him, see if him can give us some details on it. See if we can get some information on the game out there. The date is the 29th of 29th on the 30th. All right. The 29th on the 30th. All right. So, yeah, brain drain. Blessings, man. Elaine struggling in this championship. Coach Francis. Oh, Coach Francis said that. But I listen to Elaine, coach. Let me say this, right? Because Elaine's coach, let's talk some track and field. Elaine's coach at St. Diego. So her husband is a track and field coach, and he also coached at Cameron Blazers. So he may not be as experienced, but to make it look like she's with some novice is not really the case, because he is a qualified coach. He may not be of the ilk of the Stephen Francis and Glenn Mills, but he is a qualified coach. Hey, military. Greetings and welcome, man. You know, you're live on air, you know. Let me just tell you that right up. Yeah. I mean, just calling, how is the game going down there at Arnett Gardens?
You know, so them just finished, you know.
Okay.
It was a good game.
Yeah.
They played 3 quarters, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, well, good game. First quarter, I think champion in 1-0. Second quarter, it done 1-1.
It can be quarter. It can be quarter.
No, but just 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes. So them did.
Yeah. 20. Yeah.
And the third 20 minutes, I think they done 0-0.
Okay. But good game. But I'm wondering, the next tournament is the under 15 girls. Why are we preparing an under 14 team?
That's a good question. Best person to speak to, no, the under 14 tournament starts on the 14th of August.
It's an under 14 or under 15. That's what I'm wondering, because last time
under 14.
Oh, they have changed the age group.
You look at that mere one of the peers and footprints are reason about it, and that's what he said.
Okay. So who is the coach at this under 14 now?
I'm a peer, on it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe the game team as well. And Wedderburn.
Omar Wedderburn, that's Rambo Wedderburn from St. Elizabeth Technical.
Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rambo, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's all them are together.
Okay. Awesome, but you don't have a next game. You don't have the double header today, man.
No, another double header I go on the under 20 of Arnett versus Tivoli. Strong possibility I'll be doing that one.
But isn't there when is the tier 2? Isn't today the tier 2 game?
No, tier 2 on Sunday.
Oh, the second leg is on Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, why did I get it was today? Unless I change the date.
I know why you do like that. I'm not changing the date, man. Are they available at the venue? They realize that if they keep it in the midweek, the money not gonna make a fight.
Okay, I see.
Which makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Because it's about making money.
Okay, and there's an under 20 game, Tivoli versus Arnett.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that one.
Okay.
I couldn't do the Jamaica because
because the Jamaica under 17 is in that tournament as well.
No, the Jamaica under 17 in that tournament. No, I didn't know about that.
Isn't there a Jamaica team in the tournament?
The under 20 tournament?
Yes.
No, I'm not sure. We don't know of that.
They're supposed to have one of the U teams in it unless they decided not to put them in it.
Possible that could be the case. But me only know about that the teams them that are playing the normal club football.
Okay.
I didn't get anything in regards to that. No one spoke to me about that.
Yeah, so the original plan was that there would be the Marion Garden coach under 17 team would have been playing in the tournament. That was the original plan. As preparation, yes. That was the original plan.
Which would be a good idea, but I'm not sure what the situation.
They were on the original fixtures.
I will call Miran. I ask him how that go. I call him later. I see how that go.
Yeah, because they were scheduled to be on it.
Mm-hmm. I definitely want to see them as well. I'm intrigued in seeing them because I realized that most of the football commissioners are going on right now. Some of the schools are utilizing these football competitions as preparation for further competition.
I get the feeling like the Arnett Gardens under 20s Charlie Smith and the Tivoli team is Tivoli High School team playing. So
yes, that's exactly what's happening. Because even in the under 20 right now that's going on in the St. Catherine area, the JFF one, that is what that Dintel is using that one through Jude. And yes, Garma Seal has a team in the under 20, which is comprised of the Dakota Cup players.
Yeah.
So that's what, and I like it, Singer. Personally, I like it. Because they don't know the more game time.
Yeah, but no, but there is, listen, this is what I have a problem, right? I think the objective is being, like, again, if you're not going to have that right across the nation, what you're doing, you're giving competitive edge to a certain demographic of the country.
I agree.
Which is unfair. In other words, you're not having an island. So you put on a urban area U20 tournament, and then you have the top high schools in the urban area play in it, and all the other schools are shut out. So there is a understand what they're trying to do, but there is an unfairness to it as well.
Can I have something?
Yeah.
When a school like Jamaica College have unlimited finance because of their system or their structure, and they can go to any school and pick out them best players, starting out the season with all the other schools' best players, would you call it an unfair advantage as well?
Well, the rules allow it, and they're an individual school. But when the federation itself organizes anything that ostracizes a major part of the population, I have a problem with that. JC, as an individual institution, has a right to look out for their best interest.
But what you're finding out now is that most of these schools are looking out for their best interest as well.
No, but the schools are okay, you know. I don't have a problem with the schools. What I am saying is that it is those who put on the tournament and only allow. Right. My point is, when the JFF or the JPL put on this tournament and did not include Mount Pleasant or Mobile so that those schools could field their players.
All right. So in that sense, like the tier 2 that's happening right now, right?
Yes.
Where you have Chapelton Maroon, which heavily comprised of Clarendon College players, heavily, and a few Eden Allen players. Wouldn't you say that's also an unfair advantage?
You can say that. You can say that. But I remember, you know, remember this. Like, hey, hold on a sec. My dog escaped. Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you.
You know, if they have a mongrel, that's not happen to you, though. We have to worry about that. I'm not worried about them sitting there.
Yeah, man, the dog. Dog, escape, man. Make my son never have to tear down the whole place. So make sure. Yeah, but so the point I'm making is that if they're going to do an under 20, I'm talking from the administration, it has to be that they try as best as possible to involve all 14 parishes. Now, it is up to the different schools in the parishes to maximize the opportunity, but you can't give, as the leading administration, right? And when it comes down to the administration cannot set up or establish anything that don't facilitate all island involvement. But when it comes on to those who get involved, it is up to the different parishes and school.
Well said. When I look at it in a management, the tier 2 competition, no, it was only one parish that was left out in the well, two, Kingston and St. Andrew. They were the only parish that was left out of that all island fixture.
Yeah,
and
man.
We
that is
understand
true.
what's happening. We understand what's happening between JFF and Kasafa.
And I'm not even focusing on the tier 2. I am more focused on the U20 tournaments that are taking place, because and you ever wonder why some of the Kasafa school or the teams in Kasafa do a whole lot better? And I tell you why. Because Kasafa just played under 30. They had a Value tournament. They had some other under 13, under 14 that Ligani just did.
A lot more football.
There you go. All right. Now, that's good for Kasafa. Now the JFF is putting on an under 20 tournament, and they are doing it for the Premier League teams. I also think they could have said to the parishes, listen, run your own under 20s. Run an under 20 tournament. That way the parishes would have the opportunity to play some of their footballers. Because the more people you have playing, is the greater your talent pool is going to be.
That is so true. And the more football they play, naturally the better they will become.
There you go.
I agree with that 100%. That management is bright people like you. You can sit down and discuss that and come up with all them kind of conclusion there. But the brighter people,
no, but
they can't see the way there.
But military, you know the problem, like people like you and me and many other vloggers, the coach Minzy and other vloggers out there. There are people who think they are exempt from criticism, and so you will not be entertained, because the person who, in other words, the persons who I interview walk away probably believing that as long as I am living, the fact that you have talked to me, you should never ever say anything negative about me. Even when I'm wrong, don't say anything. And I think that too many of the people in our football, that's the way they think. That the moment, even some of our footballers, if you talk to them, no matter how bad they play, you're not supposed to say anything. And life is not like that. I'm saying that to you because half of the people are not going to listen to me, because I think anytime I talk the truth and it goes against what they believe, is rating or rate them.
Yeah, go against the grain.
Yeah, and this is not about ratings; it's about common sense. Some of the adjustment that you have made on your platform and I have made have come from some of our worst critics.
Exactly, that's true. That is so true. And these are things that we have to hear and continue to grow with as well.
Yeah. In
regards to personal development. But the thing is, what you're going to find out is that we, who are critics, analysts, I'm not going to say journalists, because you have some people who earn the right to be categorized as journalists. So I can say we can be critics and pundits, analysts. In the same sense, we learn and we grow. What you're going to find out is that we're going to supersede them. And we're going to grow left them, and they're going to still stuck in the same mindset. And it's still going to be a beat down type of thing. And funny enough, I was speaking to a footballer today when I went down by Arnett. He He was down there doing some helping out with some work and with the youth and stuff. And he was one of the person that he watch our programs. And he said, boy, some of the time the beating them would get still. This is what I'm saying, rough. But if a man look into himself, he realize that boy, it's just the reality. And this is not a footballer said to me. And it means it shows that he might look into what's being said and he understand what is happening.
Yeah.
It's not a sense he's in this denial that why everything pretty and dandy and shandy. Understand what's happening. And him speak really, really fluent in regards to how he view things and his perspective and things. And we had a good discussion. We had a really good discussion. And I think that people are evolving in small portion though. So that's kind of the reason why it might be not that easy to get at them straight away. So it's happening, but in small portion, because they never used to have these types of critical analysis of them in regards to, them see themselves on TVJ news and they done that so. No one to give any feedback, no one to say anything like that, and it just finishes. So then do an interview and it done right there so, and that's it. So they're not used to these types of conducive environment in regards to being criticizing them. So it's new to them. And it will take a time to adjust. Just the same as though people would see us and someone might say something to me and I said, and I'm looking to myself, I said, oh, I didn't really realize I was doing that.
Exactly.
And then I said, okay, I can fix it.
Exactly.
So I do think that it'll take time, slowly but surely, but they do understand. Because enough I ball them when me start off dealing and get off of certain things. They don't really deal with me again.
Yeah.
But you have others there who really deal with me. So you have to respect them one day. One time, me and FIFA set up a reason, right? When Team of the Week come out, and FIFA come to me and say, boy, how many make a team my week and this and that. And when me explain it to him now, it's alright, you know, that's true. That's true. I mean, FIFA good same way. Me and Bembo good same way. This happen with me and most I ball them because in regards to me doing the stats and Team of the Week and this something, them come question it. Because in himself, he might say, boy, I have a really good game. So, boy, I must make a team my week. And when now, they don't see themselves in a team my week now, they would have come and question the situation. So, boy, I wonder why I'm going to make it and thing. And then when I explain to them, so, boy, if you look at this player, a man register 2 assists and a goal, you register 1 assist and a goal. Yeah, you play good, but you also play good and contribute just another assist. In the same sense, you play on the left side.
Yeah.
And then when you look on the right hand side now, next one over there with similar numbers, so it's difficult for me to fit it in. And then we ask him, so where would I put you in this team? I said, boy, some would make it do based off what you just show me. And that's how we get the understanding. So you do have some of the ballers, the footballer them, understand and come around with the whole new category of being analyzed in the footballing realm. And that is where growth is starting with a lot of these footballers. I love the fact that all of them young. If you realize the age group, most of the football them right now in Jamaica, it's quite young. The whole ball them kind of put on their boots now because they realize, hey, this thing I gotta let me know.
Yeah.
So me like that. If we have the ball them come in now, we reach back and on it.
Yeah, man. All right, blessings, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Keep up the good work. Yeah, man. Keep up the good work, brother. Yeah, man.
Same to you, man.
Yeah, man. All right, then, military.
All right.
Cool. All right, that's military going right there. People, all right, so the question of the day, there's a new feature we're adding. The question of the day is in descending order, meaning the best is number 1, then, right? Who are the 10 best female track and field athletes in Jamaica's history? Who are the top 10 female athletes in Jamaica's track and field history? Number 1 being the best, 2, 3, all the way down. Who are the top 10? That is for people like Brain Drain and Cranky and Coach Minty, the track and field people, Michael Nemhard. That is the question of the day. All right. Man has his own 10. So let me just get my paperwork and show you and tell you what's going on right here. Yes. Top 10. All right. Who are the top 10 question of the day. All right, we're going to close out the show with a discussion around this. Who are the top 10 female in Jamaica's track and field history? Right? Number one is easy. Tuffy Rudy. Who is number one? And of course, it is up to today, in history up to today. We can't talk about what is going to happen in the future because 5 years from now, the list may change. Who are the top 10? Top 10, top 10, top 10. All right, let's see who makes your list. All right. Maybe is the question too tough? Is the question too tough, people? I don't think so. I think it's a very, very, very good question. We're talking about based on from history, from the past to the present, the top 10. Come on, people. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see your names. Man have some names, Haha. Top 10. Let me see some names. Marlene. Who is Marlene? No, man. Top 10 I want to hear, man. No. Kyle. No, man. No. Kyle. This list is wrong, man. What? No, Kyle. What? Who is Merlene? Merlene Atti. Oh, see somebody who knows some athlete here, man. See some people, yeah, man. Some people know some athlete here. Melanie Walker, those one, the names them all. Yeah. All right, so all right, let me show you a list of names and then maybe we can work from there. All right. And we will continue this discussion because I know some of you probably need some time to go and check some stats and all of that. All right. So this is a list of the names, all right, that I have here. All right. So based on this list, who would you move who? Bert, big up Bert. Price, Merlin, VCB, Ilian, Juliet, Cuthbert, Diane Hemmings, Grace Jackson, Novlin Williams. Yeah, that's a good name. Sandy Richards, Jackie Pusey, If Shelley, If Shelly had time and medals, Merlin Atty, what does Fraser Price? Okay. So, is Veronica Campbell Brown ahead of Ilian and Merlin? Would Veronica Campbell Brown be ahead of Merlin and Ilian? Or no? I don't see any of you guys have Bridget Foster Hilton. Yeah, Novlin Williams Mills is all right. So I have some names up there. Tell me who would you take out and who would you put in front of who? Field Dubs and Ricketts. No man, Ricketts have to surpass Trisha K. Smith first. Ricketts still not pass Trisha K. Smith yet, you know. So Ricketts could not be ahead of Trisha K. Smith. Gosh, you know. Somebody saying that Hemmings at 5. Yeah. Cuthbert ahead of Simpson for me. All right, so let's do that. Cuthbert ahead of Sharon Simpson. All right, somebody saying that Hemmings must be at 5. So let's go. Hemmings right here. Merlin Atty is all right. All right. Kareem Grant. Who do we take off and put on Novlin? Who do you take off? Merlin is ahead of Ilian, all right? Novlin has to be on the list. Who do you take off and put on Novlin, though? Just give me the name, and let's see if we can complete the list. All right, so Merlin goes up to 3. Ilian comes down to 4. That's what we're saying. Does Novlin make it over who? Over Grace Jackson? Do we go Novlin here? Put back Grace and take off Sharon. Dion Pusey make it in the top. Does Pusey make it? Hold on there. Somebody saying take off Bridget Foster Hilton. What? Foster Hilton? Grace. All right, so he's saying that. All right. Whoa, Foster Hilton. Foster Hilton is the best sprint hurdler. Grace Jackson. All right. Whoa. I don't know. My only issue with Ati is she went on to represent another country. I don't know if that's because that was at the back end. Her best years were spent with Jamaica, man. And she would not have been able to represent Jamaica. I don't think at that point she was going to make any Jamaican team. That's what I think. And she still wanted to run. Okay. What about these people? Michael Nemard. Michael Nemard is saying that Walker is an Olympic champion. Sharika can wait until Thursday. Yeah. True, you know. True. People, what you think? Sharika Jackson can't make the list yet. Can she make the list? Because Melanie Walker, Dean Hemmings, Melanie Walker, yo, the list is tough, you know. Jamaica has some good sprinter, you know. Whoa. So they're saying that Sharika is off. The third fastest Jamaican of all times. I don't know. I think Sharika. Then, but isn't no? But Jason Gona, Sharon Simpson is also a gold medalist, you know. All right, they're saying that Sharika is off. She have a couple more years. Yeah, man, but Sharika medal in 100, 400, and she will have a medal in the 200, you know. Only athlete in the history of track and field who is going to be able to do that, you know. So Thursday we can come back to the list. Yeah. Tuffy Rudy is asking if Grace Jackson is over Pusey. Hey, people, Thursday we come right. Thursday, if Sharika wins gold, we'll come back to the list on Thursday. All right, tell me who you take off and put on Sharika Jackson from the list today. Who do you take off today and put Sharika Jackson on the list? So we can come back on Thursday and see who Sharika Jackson replaced on this list. Because that's some, hey, Bridget Foster Hilton for them on the list still, you know. I don't know about somebody have to lose in space to Bridget Foster Hilton, you know. And she that carry Jamaica hope in a sprint hurdling, you know, brother. Gold medalist, you know. Bridget Foster Hilton, you know. So we need to do a little bit more research and then come back to this. All right. But people, remember, later this evening at around 8, we'll be having our track and field stars coming over. And I'm going to present them with this list, Pioneer and Preach and those people to see. Yes, big up Formula. You said that. We're definitely coming back to it if Jacko break the world record. No, listen, if she break the world record, somebody must come off. Elaine has to be second. Really? Elaine? Whoa. Elaine, how Elaine get it over VCB? All right, me I work with the list still, you know. Does Elaine get it over Veronica Campbell Brown? She has surpassed Veronica Campbell Brown already. Oh, hey, on a tough still, you know. All right, me I work with the things still, you know. You wanna say that, you know? Still, me think that she have a little bit more to do to pass Veronica Campbell Brown still. I think she have a little bit more to do to pass Veronica Campbell Brown. And people, you must remember, you know, that Veronica Campbell Brown dominate from champs to Carifta to World Youth Championship at the to senior level, you know. Veronica Campbell Brown is one of the few Jamaican athletes that dominated champs. She dominated Carifta. She won World Youth medals, World Junior medals, and she won medal at every global level. Commonwealth, World Championship, Olympics, Pan Am. The only Jamaica. Why I talk about VCB? We don't know how to put VCB at third still, but we're going to leave it to the track and field guru them. I find it hard to see VCB still. Yeah, but you're looking at fastest time. But listen, all right. You see, this is where the problem going to be, you know. Who is, all right, is Asafa have way more faster time, you know, than you and Blake, you know. But is you and Blake ahead of Asafa when you're talking about the sprinters? Cracky, you're reasoning. Kylie said that Merlin is number one. She robbed her. They robbed her habitually of her goal. She carried the flag to pave the way for all of them. She suffered for them. All right. Everton Pugh said Jackie Pusey was a good athlete, but she did not win any Olympic medal. Bridget Foster has to be counted over her. Okay, all right. Stan Cranky says, Manning, is that more or less impressive? With such early success, one could say she was destined for greatness at a young age, unlike the top two. Yeah, but what I am saying, doing a Cranky, is this. I am saying to you that VCB was so good that from champs, Shelly ran a champs and wasn't dominant. VCB was. VCB dominated at champs, Carifta, World Youth. And remember, before Shelly and these guys, VCB was medaling at every global championship for Jamaica. So, I don't know. I think, anyway, still, but like we said, we have the track and field guru coming on later. So I'll differ. Yuan is ahead of Asafa. Yes, so sometimes it's not. Is VCB ahead of Ilian? Ilian accomplishment at the senior level, in my opinion, carries a little more weight and mean more than VCB senior level. No, but VCB have more medals, you know. VCB have more medals than Ilian at the senior level. She have more Olympic medals and she have more World Championship medals than Ilian. Ilian is double Olympic champions, yes. But VCB coach says she's double Olympic medalist and world double. No, man, Cranky. VCB has more medals than Elaine. Elaine just have double Olympic gold medals, but VCB have more individual medals. Silver and bronze. So undoubtedly, Shelly is number one. Yeah. And the question is VCB ahead of Elaine Thompson? But yeah, people, we have come to the afternoon edition of I Am Sure Sports. This is a very good debate that we're going to continue. We're going to keep doing. Elaine has 4 gold at the highest level Olympic, and Elaine has the fast 100 meter for anyone alive. Man say we only, well, you are in America, you only count gold. In Jamaica, we count every medal. In Jamaica, we count every medal. Every medal matters in Jamaica. Every medal matters in Jamaica. Every medal matters. From the bronze to the gold, we celebrate. VCB has to be over Ilian right now. Formula says, let's not forget that Ilian is... You can't go and talk Jason Good about gold medal matters. Every medal matters in Jamaican track and field. The world, no, maybe in America you view things differently. Start cranky. In Jamaica, listen, we would have been happy if Seville got a bronze medal. Nobody in Jamaica would complain. We'd be so happy. We are talking about cranky. Bronze medal matter. Bronze medal matter. We'd love for our men to come away with one dege medal, even if it's a bronze. We want the male participants to come back with one dege medal. But yeah, but thank you for tuning in for the show. Again, like I said, we'll be back later today for our watch along to the World Championship when we have some more Jamaicans participating. We'll have Pioneer Preach and the rest of Chris Lynch and the rest of the gang joining, and they will be taking this discussion a little further. Hear this one now. Of course, we'd be more happy if he got a goal. But what we're saying is that every medal matters. Every medal matters. Silver, gold. People remember we used to call what? Merlin Atty the what? The bronze queen. That's what we used to call her, the bronze queen. And many people still believe that Merlin Atty, if she had never had to compete with the, people who they believe were not the cleanest, maybe should have been champions in some of those races that she ran. But it is what it is. You understand me? Yeah. But we love all the athletes and they're all great. Even those who are not on the list, I still think that there's a place on the list for Bridget Foster Hilton still. Because did Grace Jackson win gold? And she's on the list. And Bridget Foster Hilton, if gold medal matters, why isn't Bridget Foster Hilton on the list? The top 4, Michael Nemar, I can't believe you put this at top 4. Come on, man. Quarry. You ever heard about Herba Kinley, man? Arthur Wint. We are Arthur Wint bad and big, We have a drive named Arthur Wint Drive. We are talking about, Mike. We not talk about the men's thing right here, no, because we forget some of the man them Arthur Wint, Herb McKinley, man. Yeah, talk about, man. George Roden. Hey, don't run for me, Michael. Never be know me check out feel though. Every medal counts. No man, Daniel Williams can't make the list. No man, Daniel Williams can't be on the list, man. I'm not saying that Donald Quarry is not big, you know. Donald Quarry is big, but you can't have a list and Arthur Winton and Herb McKinley not on it. Any list you're gonna make with Jamaican male athlete, Herb McKinley and Arthur Wint must be on it. If from a road name off of you have to make a list. From a road name off of you, me no care how much you finish in the race. From an entire road in the capital name after you, you must be on any list. Arthur Wint Drive, my name must be on it, man. That's all I'm saying. You could tie for brands from your name, a road name after you, you're big. But we'll pick it up later. People, please be safe, be safe, be safe. If you travel on the gravel, make sure you're safe. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, Atrina, you know that people forget the accomplishment of Melanie Walker, you know. Melanie Walker must be, I think Melanie Walker come even before Diane Hemmings, because Melanie Walker won gold at the Olympics and gold at the Worlds. Yeah, that is true. Melanie Walker should be, I think Melanie Walker is number 5, because she did this in an event that she really didn't want to do. Yeah, that is true. I think, yeah, big up Melanie, you know, because let me tell you this, Melanie accomplished this in an event that she never even liked or wanted to do. That's the, yeah, man. I write this she for there for real. Write this up. I think Sharon Simpson is a gold medalist for the head of Juliet Cuthbert still. I think Cuthbert as a compliment. That's my thing still. Sharon Simpson for the right there, sir. Yeah, me think me like that better. I think people, all right, let's up for yourself. Million. Man, so we get the legend name right. Sorry, Mr. Guna. Million. L-A-I. Yo, M-A-L-A-I-N-E. Sorry, boss. My apologies, boss. All right, so bless up, people. Until we meet again, I am Manningsman. This has been I Am Sure Sports. As usual, we say we are over and we are O-U-T. Oh!
Yo, watch about dog, SK New Erdis, the body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocho-Rios, Galtigo Bay, everywhere. I Am Sure Sports, check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha! Yeah, someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.